how was your project birthed?
I think culture is absolutely fascinating. I have a podcast on it. Shout out to Steve T. I love going to my friends' houses and trying their food and seeing what their normal is. The house dresses that they have. I just find it absolutely fascinating. And then I was also considering how at the age of 22, my mom came to this country. And I'm 22 years old and I cannot even fathom, like, leaving the place where I call home to a completely different society with only $200 in my pocket. Beyond me. So for me to actually put myself in that position, I just thought it would be incredibly interesting to see what it's like for several of us here in Canada, especially in Toronto, where we are the majority, to have different places, different people replicated and actually talk about that migration story from all of us. Because I think it's super interesting how it was either us or our parents or our grandparents who migrated to this country and completely disrupted what they knew. And going through the motions of what a migration story can be like and how it can be extremely privileged or it can be completely impoverished. And considering that I'm 22 and I want to represent my mom and see what it was like to be that, I thought it would be fascinating to link up with Aaliyah with this and capture different people from different communities in their ethnic dress in a Toronto location that is of importance to them, and see that juxtaposition of what it's like to be from this nation or this ethnic group and to be placed in Toronto, and the different privileges that came with that, or the different hardships that came with that, and the sentimental value that you always get a rush with when you pass by a welfare center that you used to heavily rely on, the university that you came here for, the first house that you lived in. I think that is a story that goes untold, and I not only want to tell it, but I also want other people to feel empowered to tell their stories.
What feeling do you want to leave on the hearts of people who look at your piece?
We can do it too.
That's what you want folks to remember.
Like, see yourself in media. Know that you can do it. Mm-hmm. You're both in front of the camera and behind the camera. Mm-hmm. We can do it too.
For people who are moved by your work, what is your call to action or next steps for them?
Yo, check out Sisterhood Media. Hey. Like, that's really all I have to say. Not only is that the production company that I run with my co-founder Johnny J, but it's also where I use this platform to push other people's projects ahead and stan, because we love a good stan. I think it's really empowering to see different projects and actually give like a lot of light and love to it, despite it not being your work. And I think great content is coming out of the city of Toronto. I think great content is coming from racialized women from the city of Toronto. And I can only be more and more excited for the future.